State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So BYU's offense will have the football first. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse, and we have another guy who is threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I want to play you as? Do I want to play you with an extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And the quarterback get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB
got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas State. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down, he'll throw it. Here comes the heat. Buys a little extra time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. BYU lines up quickly. Snap from the gun on third down. Gets it out fast. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. It's Darnold. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Darnold. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on second down for this offense. They're going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Wants to return it. He'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They'll ride the hot hand. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's fired. Just a short pass to the tight end. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They've got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
From the gun, wants to pass. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Pressure coming. The short hands. It's James. Let's take a wide view for a second of Kansas State. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top. As they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's fired. Catch in the middle, it's James. At the 35, he's got room. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down coming up. Looking to fire. Safe completion on the screen. Turning it on. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Wants to throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Wildcats. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. BYU right back to the line.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Takes it from the gun on third down. He's got it down the middle. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, the ground game. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. On third down, he drops the throw. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. First play of the period, first down here. To the air, it's fired. That's reeled in, it's Thorne. Oh, he's got some space. You'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Looking to throw on first down. Gonna take a shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Thorne. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Off the play fake. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Rushes on him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wade. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. BYU lines up quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. BYU trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Darnold. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Just listen Listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. So close to cashing it in for this offense. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. 3rd and goal for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Interesting play call for this offense, man. A slow developing screen on a 3rd and short when the defense is a little bit aggressive, and it doesn't work. And it's easy to question after the fact, obviously, right, guys? Like, it didn't work, but I don't love that play call. When I know it...
Touchdown, BYU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's fired. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Grabs behind the line. It's Thorne. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
That looks like a...
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got his man. Still on his feet at the 35. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough for the first. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. And the Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Finds the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wildcats will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. There he goes. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Wildcats will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and take it back. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Back to pass, it's fired. Right on the money. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Little Apple.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. A a quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes third and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Fires to the big fella. Not quite so backed up after that play. He's out of bounds at the 12. BYU right back to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Wade. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Dropping back, it's fired. Here's the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Using the quick game. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of...
He's trying to get it in, and he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Kansas State.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send... Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done. This drive will be more productive. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. The defense putting points on the board.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And he's coming out of the end, and the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Reads it, fires complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Caught in the backfield, it's Clark. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. The inside handoff. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. From the gun, running back on the move. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finds a crease at the 20. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't make the connection, the pressure there caused the missed timing. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Sands. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll do it himself. Got the first down, looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Wants to throw on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
When you're a return specialist, you're trying to make huge plays. You only get a couple cracks at it a game. You want to make something happen. Unfortunately, he put on the turf. At least his team recovered. But I will say this, the conversation on the sideline, it won't be fun with the special teams coach.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stopped.
Breaks into the open. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They want that clock to run. Makes it past the marker. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Quickly to the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And he gets it out past the sticks. It'll be first down for Kansas State.
How about that 4th down? I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on 4th down. There's just nothing they can do to stop it.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.